Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Karl Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once we all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, today's video I would like to answer numbers of query that I have received since the my video recorded last time. Now you may scroll or you may go into my channel and check my last video. It's talking about all the family related visas. Now there's some curiosity whether why didn't I actually introduce a visa named remaining relatives under the subclass 115. Well, there's a reason. Now I'm gonna explain it in this video because simply it's one of the kind that I have never introduced and recommended to anyone at all. So today's video I would like to explain why I will never actually recommend this visa, because it's not gonna happen. I'm not too sure why they haven't removed this visa category. I think for the reason due to the Human Rights Convention that the government had signed at UN, that they have to have this visa there just for the sake of human rights. Alright, so if you don't know about this visa, it's subclass 115, as you can see from the top left of your screen, and the full name of this visa is remaining relative visa. Now what does that mean? Now obviously you may want to have a Google and go into the detail and check out the criteria. It's basically a visa that for example, give me a scenario that you have your uncle migrated to Australia, and obviously with the family, and then happened that your mother is the uncle's sister, know about this, then also tells you about how beautiful Australia is, the work environment, the atmosphere in Australia is relaxed, and you somehow came across and study abroad and then still migrate to Australia. And then once you migrated, you sponsor your parents, your mother and your dad and everyone else. Now you still got a sibling. Now the one left over still overseas. Okay, so all of your family members has all migrated to Australia. Only one person left. So then what can you do? This is so-called the remaining relative. It's just a type of visa. I believe when they first structure this visa is due to obviously if we come across from World War II, where they are refugees being relocated, migrated from the war zone. For example, back in Europe, there were a lot of the family members and some of your relatives had lost, for example, their other siblings or their parents during the war. And then they were the only person left, and they can be young, they can be old, they are vulnerable in other ways, so they don't have any, they cannot depend on anyone, and the country and the government has just been through a war, so the government don't have the money to support, and so obviously you see that kind of scenario, and that is the reason that they have this visa, so-called remaining relative. So it's been there for a while, never been removed. Now applying to today's world, it's actually quite hard to actually meet those requirements, and that is the reason why I have never recommended. That's the first reason. And the other reason is notice the terrorist activities 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago perhaps, I can't remember the date and the year. A lot of people is abusing by applying for this category visa to get so-called their remaining relatives. Who knows? And the problem during that time is that how do you prove that this guy or that woman or that girl or that lady or that man is your relative. Now, if it's just been through a war, right? The identification of the person or family or so-called relative is actually very, very hard to be identified. So it's kind of lengthy. Now, people may go through DNA tests, and now think about those countries, how they probably don't even have a proper hospital. How do they get a proper DNA tests, and how many DNA tests do you need to do it? Yeah, they claim so many relatives and so many family has been through it, because it became chaotic, another way to say it. So they, in a way, for human rights sake, they cannot remove it. However, the thing is that you can still lodge it. It's costly. Look at this. It's $5,000, $5,125, and the processing time says, oh look, you need to go to so-called family visa queue to check it out. Once you get this visa, it's permanent. So it sounds pretty cool, pretty good, isn't it? But when we go into the queue, the family visa queue, let's have a look, and we scroll down towards the very end of this page. Look at this. Now, processing time for the new applications. If you're a remaining relative or age dependent relative visa, now or the relative visa, processing time, check this out. 24 years. Yeah, it's not month. This is Y-E, spelled Y-E-A-R-S. Okay, it's 24 years. Now, would you recommend someone to apply for a visa, and then you need to, you know, for the business sake, you need to obviously disclose, you know, if you want to apply for a student visa, how long would it take? Yeah, 3 months, 6 months. If you're applying for a 189 visa, 6 months, a year, or 12 months. Now think about this. If you apply for remaining relative visa, and you got to advise your client and friends that it's gonna take what, 24 years. I'm not too sure if anyone will actually take the deal. So what I actually tell a lot of clients, and some people have put in their inquiries on the comments area. I mean, look, subclass 115 visa existed, never been removed. If you're happy, and the other one is 835. If you're happy, you can apply for it, and you gotta wait for what, 24 years. That's basically equalized to a donation, a simple donation to the government of Australia. Well, if you have that money, well, yes, you can be that, you can be a good person on that one, but lodging a visa like this, it's waste of time and obviously the money there. So, and that concludes our video for today. That is the reason we have never recommended anyone to lodge a remaining relative visa, because it's taking forever. I don't know, we have just been through what, a COVID for the last 2020, 21, 2 years, 3 years. It may seem so forever. Thinking about this, 24 years, if you can recall back 24 years, that's year 2000s, what was it like? You know, you apply at year 2000 and you're only about to get it this year. Is it worth? Anyway, why don't you leave your comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.